And what about section 3-101, which says this article is applicable to all applications for development approval that are initiated subsequent to the date of adoption of these LDRs? And that ordinance was enacted 4/28/09. And my testimony will be that I was in operation in
I don't believe that's relevant to this particular section. I believe that's enacting language for the land development regulations, which was prior to the date of enactment of the certificate of use, which was in section 3-212. It's in a completely different division, a completely different section of the code.
the chapter 29 I'm looking at says land development regulations. I
Correct.
believe that's an LDR.
Correct.
Okay.
But you were cited under section 3-212, which was a new section added to the LDR after that enactment date, and that was October 27th, 2009. As Officer Willis did indicate in her testimony, this was a new provision, a new requirement for business owners within our city. And it was not in effect at the time that the original LDRs were adopted.
Well, you want me to speak to that issue, Your Honor? Or do you want to?
No, you can save that for your closing statement. I want you to call your next witness.
Okay.
City, please call your witness.
Ms. Clara Echeverria, please.
Please state your full name for the record and your address.
I live in I don't speak English very well.
Okay, we have a translator.
Yo, vi-
Diga su nombre.
bueno, puedo decir eso.
She still needs to speak up.
I live in Vecino de Armada, 2350 Nori, 130.
Okay, you can speak in Spanish and the translator will translate for us. Please ask her to speak into the microphone because we still need to make a record of
Yo
her.
vivo en la 2350 Nori de la 135 calle, apartamento 601.
I live on 2350
Noris,
Northeast
135 Street,
135th Street. Apartamento.
apartamento 6,
Apartment number 6.
North
Okay.
Miami Beach.
North Miami Beach.
Miami,
North Miami,
Florida.
Florida.
Bueno.
What is your name?
¿Cuál es su?
Mi nombre es Clara Chavarría. Clara Chavarría.
Lara Chavarria.
City.
Ok. Yo vivo allí en ese edificio 15 años
I've been living for the last 15 years at that building.
y estoy muy enojada con este señor
I'm very upset with this gentleman
porque ha tardado tanto tiempo y perdiendo el tiempo a las otras personas donde él es responsable, no acepta su irresponsabilidad.
He has taken the time of many people. He is not accepting his responsibility.
De que no ha dado servicio al edificio de las máquinas y que también no ha pagado por 15 años las utilidades.
Your Honor,
he
I'm
has
going.
not servicing. He has not
Excuse me 1 second.
Ay, no quiero
Excuse me
escuchar.
1 second.
And let's speak
Your
one
Honor,
at a time
if-
because the court reporter needs to be able to take down what everyone is saying.
Yes, Your Honor. Is this is somebody going to examine this witness, or is this witness just going to make a statement? Because the items that she's going into
Lo que él está hablando.
are really not relevant as to the issues that we're talking
I
about
can't even
here.
tell if it is relevant or not relevant
I-
because the translator was not able
Usted no tiene que hablar, está hablando.
Okay.
to even translate what she said, so.
All right.
I
In my
don't-
defense, I don't speak Spanish and therefore I can't,
Yo no
I
hablo
didn't,
español.
I don't understand
Por
what
lo
she
tanto,
said.
yo no sé idioma.
Well, I don't understand what she said in Spanish either,
Yo
but
tampoco entiendo lo que ella
So
dice.
you and I are on the same
where she
boat.
was going, it was about that she was unhappy
Ella
with
estaba hablando
Pero
me,
¿por qué no le
but I don't know
traducen?
what that has to do with a certificate of use.
Permission for the
All right, is
translator
she-
to continue, so we can at least see if she has anything relevant to provide to the violation. If she does require us to do a direct examination, I'd be more than happy to to narrow it down.
All right, so let me hear the translation and then we'll know where to go
I have
with
no
her
objection to
statement.
counsel, examining the witness appropriately. Thank you.
I don't know what
Thank
her
you.
initial statement was. Let me hear from the translator before I make a decision on it.
Yes. Continúe. ¿Qué fue lo último que dijo usted? Que no estaba dando servicio a las máquinas.
O sea, que las máquinas, todos los laundries están cerrados.
All the laundry rooms are closed.
Están cerrados, no hay en las lavadoras y no hay donde lavar. Eso es un abuso a una comunidad de 161 apartamentos.
There is no way to wash our clothes. This is an abuse to a community of 160-something people.
Y yo fui una de las personas que puse una queja para que fueran a la ciudad de North Miami a ver qué es lo que estaba pasando, porque no es posible eso.
I was one of the people who complained to the city of North Miami for them to find out, because that's not acceptable.
All right, does the city attorney have any question for the witness?
Yes.
También
Sí,
está
sí.
otro señor ahí.
How many laundry facilities are within the building?
En el edificio, ¿cuántos cuartos de laundry existen?
6.
6.
And who owns the washing machines, the laundry facilities?
¿Quiénes
I'm
son?
going to object
Yeah.
unless this witness has personal knowledge. Although, it doesn't make any difference. I withdraw the objection.
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Who owns the laundry facilities?
¿Quién es el dueño de esos laundries?
El señor este que me vendió el apartamento a mí.
This gentleman who sold me the apartment.
Okay, to be specific, does the condo association own the laundry facilities?
Para ser específico, la asociación de copropietarios son dueños de los laundries.
No, no son, nunca fueron.
No, they are not. They never were.
And are the laundry facilities provided to you free of charge?
Los servicios de laundry le dan a usted gratis.
No, se tiene que pagar $1 por cada lavada y secada.
No, we pay $1 for every washing and drying.
And when the machines break down, who comes to fix it?
Cuando las máquinas se rompen, ¿quién viene a arreglar?
Hay un rótulo que se llama, es un señor que trabaja con él
There's a gentleman who works with him who comes.
y se llama Ira, Ira,
His name is Ira.
para que él venga a reparar, pero las repara y no sirven las máquinas.
He repairs, but the machines don't work.
And how does she know to call Ira? Is there any sign, placard there to say who to call in case the laundry doesn't work?
¿Cómo sabe a quién llamar? ¿Hay un número?
Sí,
¿Hay
ahí
un...
está en la oficina, puso un número.
There's a number in the office to call.
Thank you. No further questions, Your
Buenas
Honor.
preguntas.
Es que hay otro señor aquí también.
Un segundito, espérese.
Mr. Spiegel, do you have any questions? for
I have
the-
a few, thank
Okay.
you. Are you familiar with the condominium documents of the building?
¿Usted conoce los documentos del edificio del condominio?
Mire, señor, yo le quiero contestar, yo lo conozco, pero como abogado no quiero que juguemos esta estrategia que tiene usted aquí en la corte.
I know that, but I don't want to follow this scheme you have here at the courthouse.
I don't understand the answer.
Yo no entiendo la respuesta.
Lo que yo quiero es que usted se haga responsable de eso, no esté haciendo tanto argumento, que se haga responsable de reparar las máquinas, señor.
What I want you is you to be responsible and repair the machines and not to make all this argument.
Who, under Florida condominium law, who is required to maintain the laundry rooms?
Bajo la ley de-
Objection, Your
bajo la-
Honor. It requires an answer of an expert, and he hasn't established that she would have any
Bueno,
knowledge or
para
background in
responder esa pregunta
condominium
Sustain.
law.
Next-
necesita un
next question,
experto, por
next
lo tanto, la
question.
siguiente pregunta.
She testified that I was supposed to maintain the laundry rooms. I'm asking her the details of how she knows I'm supposed to
Ella
maintain the laundry
testificado
rooms.
que yo debería
How do you know? Am I personally supposed to maintain the laundry rooms, Fred Spiegel?
Un momentito, señor.
Señor,
Un momentito.
yo le voy a-
Personalmente, ¿estoy supuesto yo a mantener las máquinas?
señor, usted tiene un agreement con la asociación de pagar $200 mensuales, de
Un
poner
momentito.
la luz, la electricidad, y usted no lo ha pagado en 30 años, en 15 años.
Un momentito. You have agreement with the association to pay $200 and monthly, and you have not paid for the last 15 years.
That's unresponsive and I move to strike, it's irrelevant.
Esa respuesta es
Um,
irrelevante a la pregunta.
You're not supposed to coach the witness, you're supposed to be an interpreter, sir. Okay?
May I say
Okay.
something? May I say something,
Yes,
Your Honor?
yes.
I just translated what the
Okay.
witnesses. I did not coach anything.
It didn't sound like it to me.
I'm sure there's a recording, Your Honor.
All right.
Do you know who locked the laundry room doors?
¿Sabe quién ha cerrado las salas de los laundry?
Se cerraron porque no servían y estaban haciendo, liqueando en los otros apartamentos, porque la cañería estaba mala de los laundry.
They were locked because they were not working properly and it was leaking into other apartments.
Who locked the who locked the laundry room
All right, so we're
doors?
gonna, Mr. Spiegel, with all due respect, sir, I'm not really clear the line of questioning.
She's made a bunch
Why-
of statements as
No
to
estoy claro acerca
somebody
de la forma
having
que-
responsibility for
de
these
las,
things.
uh,
I don't believe that
preguntas.
she knows the specifics
Yo no
of
sé
either the
si ella
condominium
conoce
documents, which she
los
won't let me get into,
documentos
or Florida condominium law.
Ella
So
no
are
sabe.
you
Both of
saying
which-
that the Florida condominium law, basically, does the condominium law, I guess what I'm trying to say, it supersedes the city ordinance? Or you're saying that whatever the, city ordinance is, and I think you already testified that these are your
Usted dice
equipments,
que
that you maintain the
este
equipment.
es
She's
un
not telling me
equipo
anything
que
new.
usted
In
les
other
But you're
words,
talking about
what
the
she
laundry,
is telling
Ella no
me,
está hablando de nada
she's
nuevo.
talking about the laundromat,
the laundry rooms.
the
I
laundry
don't control
room.
the laundry rooms.
Yo no
I
controlo
control
los
laundry
cuartos.
equipment.
Yo
Un-
controlo
understood.
el equipo del
So
laundry.
you control the laundry equipment.
Well, let me go
And-
ahead and finish with it, and let me testify, and then you'll hear my side of the
Bueno,
story.
voy a terminar
And I
y
can
voy a
put it on the
testificar.
record, and then you can make your decision.
Okay, let's do
Because
this,
I'm here on a
because I'm not really
certificate,
sure.
I'm being charged with a violation of not getting a certificate of use.
And business tax receipt.
I'm not charged with that. I was never noticed for that. All I've been
Okay, that's
noticed
what I
for,
have on the documents
but look at the
here.
notice. The notice only says I'm charged with one item.
Okay, can I have a copy of the notice?
Si quiere, tome asiento.
Yeah, notice to appear references only 29-3-2, certificate of use.
All right, proceed. We may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. As far as I know, I'm here on, noticed with regard to a violation of 29-3-2, certificate of use.
Correct.
And that's what I'm trying to respond to.
Okay.
Do you know whether the building is comprised of mostly renters or unit owners?
¿Sabe si en el edificio hay mayormente personas que alquilan o dueños?
Why is that question relevant,
Pero ¿cuál
Mr.
es la
Spiegel?
idea de él eso, al preguntar eso?
Not that relevant. It's
Okay,
no more
we're not
relevant.
gonna
than-
ask questions that are
She
not
made a bunch of
relevant.
accusations as to
Okay,
the non-maintenance,
I
and I
will-
just wanted to.
I won't,
Go
I'm
into
not
that.
going to entertain that. Let's
no
go
voy a permitir
into
eso.
the business of what we hear. You can ask her questions about, the reason why we're here, not, about who owns and who rents.
Really, her testimony was really not relevant to anything.
And I get to make that determination today, don't I?
Were there problems with, well, that's not really relevant either, certificate of use. Do you know when the laundry equipment was put in the building?
¿Usted sabe cuándo el equipo del laundry fue puesto en el edificio?
¿Cuál equipo?
Which equipment?
What year did you move into the building?
¿En qué año usted se mudó a vivir en el edificio?
She already testified, she's been there 15 years. Let's move on.
Okay.
Ella dijo 15 años.
Was the laundry equipment in the building when you moved in?
Cuando usted se mudó, el equipo del laundry estaba ya en el edificio. ¿Cuándo se mudó?
Pero mi pregunta es, ¿qué es lo que pretende usted al preguntarme esto?
What are you trying to get while asking me these questions?
Your
Ma'am,
Honor,
ma'am, answer the question,
Okay.
please.
Responda la pregunta.
Ajá, ¿qué es lo que repito otra vez?
Repeat the question.
was the laundry equipment in the building when you moved in?
Cuando usted se mudó al edificio, el equipo, las máquinas del laundry estaban ya ahí.
Sí, porque es normal que todos los edificios tengan laundry.
Yes, it is normal that all buildings have laundry equipment.
I'm not getting anywhere with this situation, Your Honor. I don't want to waste your time.
All right, okay. Any other witnesses? Any other witnesses?
Come on, come on.
No, I don't want, he's a big smoke screen. I don't want to even get into this, well, just kidding. Waste my time.
All right,
He's trying to put the blame on everybody else for not maintaining the equipment. I've been there for 16 years.
okay, sir. Understood. If you want to testify, you come forward. Otherwise, I'm not going to
No, I
take your
didn't- I
statement
didn't come
sitting
here
there.
to testify.
I'm sorry?
I didn't come here to testify.
Okay, all right. Does the city rest?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Spiegel? Do you
Yes,
want to
Your
make a
Honor.
closing statement? and
I'm
or
prepared to
the city
testify,
to-
Your Honor.
Okay.
You want to go ahead and mark these? I don't know how you want to do it. What's easier for you?
Can I get the notice back here, please? Sure.
Not really. I'm just going to submit them all as one. You can make it composite exhibit, yeah. Okay.
I'm ready when you are, Mr. Spiegel.
I was giving counsel an opportunity to look these over. I'd like to submit these documents and evidence. These are documents that I either prepared or were in my control or I received from the city.
would object to the notices to appear and the notices of violation simply because they are already in evidence on the city's file. There's no reason for there to be two separate exhibits on the city's side as well as on their side. If they wish to procure any testimony off of these exhibits, then they can refer to the ones that are already in it.
Is there a clerk to the Code Enforcement Board proceedings? Who would the clerk of the Code Enforcement Board proceedings be?
I am, sir.
And what position are you with the city?
I am the administrative specialist
For what
for
department?
code compliance,
For
police
code
department, North
compliance.
Miami Police Department.
Okay, so I'd like to submit those, and that should be part of the file.
It's already in the file, in the city file.
Okay, well,
Okay,
I
if
want to
he-
submit my
If he
copies
wants to submit his copy as.
and the
upon-
correspondence that I sent.
That's fine, let me review them, because I haven't seen them yet.
Thank you.
And you want to submit it as a composite?
Yes. I'd also like to submit,
Just let me make sure, is it about 1, 2, 3, 4 documents? Should it be 4 documents, sir?
yeah, there's 4 documents.
Okay.
I will need those given to the court reporter so that I can keep them for my record if I need to appeal. So will you please segregate those documents for me?
It's actually 5. Is it 5? I don't know. It's yours.
And, Your Honor, once they're entered into evidence, the city does, in case of appeal, does need to keep a copy of these. The originals would stay in the case file if they are being submitted
Yes,
as
do
evidence.
you have a second copy for your file, Mr. Spiegel?
I do not.
Well,
Well,
it'll be up to
you're-
you if you want to submit them, if you're
Yeah,
being...
you've entered them into evidence, so they need to maintain them.
I've entered into evidence, and I presume that there's some sort of a, if I appeal, that there's some sort of a clerk's file that I can obtain.
Correct,
Can
but
Mr. Spiegel come back and review the file and so that he
Um,
can,
Yes, you can actually go to the city's clerk's office and request for a public records request and request those notices to appear. Thank you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
I can either read these in the record or I can put them in the record, and what they pertain to is the fact that the city of North Miami has its own rules for creating the code enforcement magistrate. I don't believe the rules comply with Florida law, and I don't think that this city has complied with its own rules. So they've appointed 4. The city is allowed to appoint up to 3 code enforcement magistrates, but yet the city's appointed 4. So here's the January 2015 appointment of the various, or will the court recognize the fact that the city has 4 code enforcement magistrates? Will the city attorney stipulate to that?
no, I will not. Present what evidence you have to show that there is currently 4 special magistrates.
Resolution 2015 R2, dated January 13th, 2015.
City has no objection to introduction of the resolution, which reflects the appointment of 3 special magistrates.
And an alternate magistrate.
Exactly, an alternate, not a special magistrate.
The Florida Attorney General has opined that there cannot be any alternate magistrates under 162. I also have the requirement that the city has made that any hearing magistrate not only be an attorney with 5 years' experience, but also be a participant in municipal law.
I'm sorry. Permission to respond, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Sorry, my computer's a bit slow right now. Okay, I believe council's referring to chapter 21, specifically section 21-1, which refers to the appointment of our special magistrates. Subsection E specifies that to be eligible for service as a special magistrate, a person must either, 1, be a retired Florida judge, or 2, be a member in good standing of the Florida Bar for at least 5 years, and 3, have a background in local government. It is my opinion that the word either is a reflection that the magistrates have one of the 3 requirements, not all of the requirements.
I'm not gonna rule on that. I'm not sure where this is going. I'm sure he's making his record, but if he has any issues as to the appointment of any of the special magistrates, he needs to take that up with the council, or he can file an appeal or whatever he needs to do. But I'm not gonna rule on that. I really want Mr. Spiegel to get to the matter of which we are here for, and that's the violation to obtain a certificate of use. You have taken at least an hour of our time, and we need to wrap
Yes,
this
Your Honor.
up. So it's not
Okay.
fair to the individuals who are sitting here who are waiting to be heard. Now, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to wrap it up, and I'm gonna make my ruling, and you can file your appeal.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's move on.
Frederick Spiegel, on behalf of Vecino Del Mar Sales Corp. I testified earlier that I'm an attorney, real estate broker, general contractor, and that I'm familiar with Florida condominium law and condominium development and operations. My company, Vecino Del Mar Sales Corp., owns vending machines, laundry machines that are in Vecino Del Mar condominium. It does not own the rooms. It does not have the right to maintain or repair those rooms. It doesn't have the obligation to maintain or repair those rooms. The building has converted over to being a rental building, and there have been horrific vandalism to the machinery in those rooms, and as a result, the condominium association management has locked the doors to those rooms. I do not have the key to any of those doors. My sole and only operation here started in 1997 with the ownership of those vending machines. There are no employees there. There is no business operated or conducted there whatsoever. And my business operations and residents are outside of the city of North Miami. I had occasion, when I was involved with the building, to pull several hundred building permits, and I had numerous representatives, building inspectors, code inspectors, et cetera, that were all over the building for many, many years. I don't know why. Oh, the machinery, just to refute what somebody said a little earlier, the machinery was purchased brand new. It was supposed to be Maytag, the highest, best that they made, and the Maytag dealer has been maintaining it since they were new. Every time something has broken, it was repaired. I cannot contend with issues where the plumbing doesn't work because the condo association doesn't or didn't maintain the plumbing, or the water system, or other issues of that nature. And I can state emphatically that those were issues that were a major problem in the operation of these laundry machines. The building at this juncture, I don't know if they're going to get the cameras so they can stop the vandalism. But I mean, allegations are made that I've been derelict in this. I've got numerous thousands and thousands of dollars worth of bills of repairs trying to keep these machines intact. But if you've got people in a building that are absolutely horrifically abusing them, I can't contend with that. I can't keep them going. no matter how much I try. And if the plumbing system in the building backs up because the condo association doesn't maintain it properly, I can't control that other than to maybe take them to court. And whatever disputes I've had with them, as far as I know right now, the management company and I get along, and we're working together to get all of these things resolved and happily taken care of. I think that the code enforcement officer was overly aggressive here. I think she was rude. I think she was threatening. And I think that she's overstepped her bounds. I believe that this property is grandfathered in, and it's an existing use that's been in use for many, many years. It was properly permitted when it was built. It was properly permitted when I took it over 18 years ago. And the fact that the city subsequently changed their ordinance, I don't believe is applicable to me. I don't believe I'm required to get a certificate of use. And I also believe that I'm the only one that this is being done to. There are numerous condominiums up and down the street. There's 8 or 10 of them up and down the street that are not being bothered. I went over and inquired about that. So I think that as a matter of constitutional law, that I am entitled to not be discriminated against. I don't think there's a uniform enforcement. I think it's selective enforcement. And I believe that this property is grandfathered in. As far as any maintenance issues, that can be dealt with between the condo association and myself. I don't know that the city really has a part in that, but I'd be more than happy to have them do it if they can stop the vandalism. We've called the police and had them come out there. But basically, to respond to the one claim that I've been charged with, or my company's been charged with, and that's lack of a certificate of use, I would state that we don't need to get one. And I'll close with that, Your Honor. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry to take up so much of the time. I didn't mean to, but I didn't think this was going to go on the way it did.
Does the city attorney has a closing statement?
Just, Your Honor, that as I had already indicated, that the certificate of use was implemented in 2009 as a new portion of the land development regulations. It was in fact adopted on October 27, 2009. In adopting the ordinance, there was no language grandfathering in any uses. In fact, the effective date of the ordinance was indicated to be the effective date for enforcement. The testimony of Officer Willis was that although the certificate of use, the new ordinance was in effect, they did delay enforcement to allow marketing attempts and promotional literature to be distributed throughout the community to allow some time period for the business owners to come into compliance. And as I had already indicated, this business owner would have been well aware of it had he been in compliance with the well-established business tax receipt requirements that the city has in place, because at the end of the day, that's really the only way that the city has, the only mechanism that we would have for tracking of business owners and a way to reach out to them to allow them time to come into compliance. That's it, Your Honor.
All right. I thank everyone. I thank the owners for coming in, and Mr. Spiegel. Based on the evidence presented in the testimony of the code enforcement officer, the unit owner, as well as as Mr. Spiegel, based on the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. And sir, I will give you an abatement date of 60 days to apply and obtain a certificate of use. And if the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, which is, would that be September 1st, Crystal? September 1st, 2015, you will I will impose a daily fine amount of $150 per day. And you are free to appeal my decision. I know that you have your court reporter present, and you're an attorney, you know the process, and that's my ruling. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for your courtesy, and I'm sorry I took up so much of the court's time.
Thank you, sir.
I
Have a
didn't
good-
mean to.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Let's call the next case. I know these folks have been waiting for quite some time, and I apologize, unfortunately.
The next
We have to
case-
go through the process.
Okay. The next case is item number 67, Tina Chung, Officer Edmund Fitzel, case number CEBMP 2014-00103, item number 67.
Pass this down to the officer, please. Thank you. Good evening, sir. Please state your full name for the record and your relationship to the property, Crystal.
Tina Chung, 2070 South Hibiscus owner. My husband, Peter.
She likes to speak for me. Peter Chung, 2070 South Hibiscus Drive.
All right.
Edmund Fitzel, City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer. This property was posted with notice to appear. Affidavit of service was filed. Notice was sent via post office. This property was tabled 2 months ago to give them some more time to get their permit for the addition on the back of the property. It's come to my attention that there's an issue with the building department because this addition was
The court reporter, so she can get it done.
Okay,
Yes,
this addition was started originally in '07 or '08, and they were trying to get the permits together for several months now. As they went back to the building department, as they have right there, the original sign off, they said they needed the engineer to sign off on it, but they already had an engineer sign off on the construction. The building department cannot find their paperwork to show that, even though he has the inspection card that was signed off by the city. So the city's asking to table this at least for another 30 days so the building department can get their paperwork together and find the paperwork that's necessary to go on with the construction with this property.
I'm sorry
He-
you had to wait an hour to hear that we're going to table this.
Well, yeah, they need some more time because he has an architect he's hired, and it's just that the signing off with this engineer, and they have their permit right there with them. It was signed off several years ago, so I guess someone was asking them to hire another engineer, but it was already signed off on for the structural of the addition.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
For the record, I'd like to say the city and Mr. Fitzel have been very fair to us.
Oh, okay. That's new.
And Crystal, too.
Great. All right. Thank you.
Can I ask a
So-
question?
Sure.
So we've got the sign off originally, right? Who would we go to
You're gonna have to go to the building department again and check with either, the building official or someone,
And just bring the card with us physically.
bring that with you so they could
Okay.
show that it was signed off already.
can we get a name of somebody,
The building official, Mr. Pizzolo,
Mr. Pizzolo?
and Vicky Santos is in
I
charge
know
of the building the staff.
Well, good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Actually, it's been 2 hours. I said an hour. Call the next case.
Oh, I'm sorry. The next case is item number 20, Elizabeth Green, Officer Ernst Baptiste, case number CEJNK 2015-00010, item number 20.
Ernst Baptiste, City of North Miami Code Enforcement.
Good evening, ma'am. Please state your full name and your relationship to the property.
My name is Elizabeth Green, and I'm part owner with my ex-husband.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you speak into the microphone?
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
The property located at 14350 Northeast 8th Avenue was cited for junk in the yard. The initial inspection was done since January 29, and notice was sent and mailed certified on June 22nd. Today I did my license inspection, and I witnessed the yard was still have some junk in it, and I have a picture to show.
All right.
I don't see, what junk? I don't see any junk.
All those pieces of woods, all those blue top laying down on the yards, and that's what the picture depicted.
Well, some of those woods are good woods.
Ma'am, you have to speak to the microphone.
Sorry. Some of these woods and things are materials. I have a big yard. I have a big yard, and some things that we.
All right, I'm reviewing photographs taken on today, 7/1/2015.
May I? I was, my ex-husband just gave me this paper, by the way, a couple of days ago, and I really didn't focus on the junk paper, to tell you the truth. I was more focused on the one you sent for the cars, the derelict cars. And I was here to testify to say that all those cars were working. I didn't know where you was, they are older cars, but they all start up, not like the man who
Do I
had a
have that in
flat
front
tire.
of me? I
or
don't have,
anything.
I don't have that, ma'am.
Oh, you don't have that?
That's
Oh.
not why we're here.
Oh, okay, well,
Okay. So I'm looking at all the, you have a lot of stuff in the backyard. And the officer is indicating that you have a lot of junk in the yard.
well, one man's junk is another man's treasure. Well, I'll take a look at it, ma'am, if you give me some time. Let me take a look at it and see how I can sort some of these things out. And I didn't look at the stuff. My ex-husband is there. He's kind of a junk, kind of a Sanford and Son kind of a guy. So I'll have to take a look at it and try to move some of the stuff.
All right, I'm giving you 30 days to do that.
All right.
All right, clean it up. Otherwise, I'll see you back here on, what is it? August 4th. August 5th, I'm sorry. Tell Crystal, yes.
Call it.
The next case is item number 39, Justin Kazoo, Officer Wayne Clark, case number CEXP 2015-00210, item number 39.
Good
Wayne
evening,
Clark.
sir. Please, I'm sorry. Sir, please state your full name and your relationship to the property.
I am the owner, I live the 775 Northwest on 130th Street, 33168.
Your name?
Justin Creaser.
All right, sir, thank you.
Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This was a case in reference to the exterior paint conditions of the walls and on the outside of the property. Today, I have good news to report that he has started on remedying the problem, and I ask that the court give him an extension of 30 days to complete it, as he has started painting as of today.
Okay, so.
And I recommend you waive court costs and fees, please.
Okay, we'll give you 30 days and we'll waive costs.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
The next case is item number 22, Emilio Grullon, Officer Ernst Baptiste, case number CEJNK 2015-00036, item number 22.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
My name is Emilio Grullon. I live at 12801 Northeast Fifth Avenue.
What's your relationship
Ah.
with Crystal?
I live in Emilio Grullon, 12801 Northeast Fifth Avenue.
Okay, sir, thank you.
And
Ernst Baptiste, Code Enforcement Officer, City of North Miami Police Department. And the house was cited for, again, junk in the yard. I recently spoke to Mr. Guyon, because we've never talked before, and he requested more time to remove the junk, because actually I sent him 2 violations. One for the exterior of the property. I visited the house today. He painted the house, looked nice, and he told me that he needs more time to move the junk, and he's cleaning, so I'm willing to give him more time to do the job.
Great, okay, Mr. Grullon, so we'll give you another 30 days.
thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, have a good night.
You have a good night too. Thank you. And I'll take care of that. Okay, I'll take care of that.
The next case is item number 2, Adolfo Gil, Officer Viren and Christie, CEXP 2014-00306, item number 2.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Adolfo Gil, owner, 13100 Northeast 13th Avenue, North Miami.
Vito and Christie, Code Compliance, City of North Miami Police Department. This case was previously heard. Obviously, the owner was served. He's here today, and I do have pictures as of today for the record.
Okay. Has any work been done?
Well, yes, we did the.
I will show you the pictures.
I have pictures too.
The battle of the pictures.
Did you see this? I would like to be represented by Mr. Spiegel, please.
All right, reviewing photographs taken on this date. Today's date, 7/1/2015.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Gill.
I'm just here for an extension because when we did the pressure cleaning, there was a huge piece of, large piece of wood on the side that was covered by paint, and when it came off, the wood came off. So, as you see, we repaired it. And we repaired the little wood she didn't like before, and the top there, the brown one, is now new. So we just need extra time to paint it because I didn't know that was going to happen, so it took longer than usual.
Okay.
That's it.
Officer? All right, sir. Give you 30 days.
Cool.
Okay. Get it done.
Oh, For the record, we're gonna do the, like we discussed last time, the primer, correct? Christie?
Aren't we going to paint now?
Well, no, because we have to replace the windows, and they're gonna rip all that paint off. So we're gonna do primer, make it look nice. You'll like it, don't worry. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Good night. You're welcome.
The next case is item number 36, Jennifer Jordan, Officer Edmund Fitzel, case number CEBMP 2014-00008, item number 36.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Please state your full name, sir, and your relationship to the property.
Gene Jordan, owner.
Okay.
Edmund Fitzell, City of North Miami, Code Enforcement Officer. This property was mailed a notice to appear on June 20th. Property was posted with notice to appear. Affidavit of service was filed. This was tabled again, was this last month or 2 months ago? He had some issues getting his plumbing. His electrical was approved. His plumbing was not. And go ahead and explain to me what you told me, to the magistrate.
My electrical is passed. My plumbing is denied. I hired somebody. I paid $2,500 down. He was doing it for $6,500, and then he died last week.
Oh.
So I'm hiring one today. I'm gonna put the paper tomorrow, but I'm running out of money. I have to go to my piggy bank in Haiti, and I will come back in 2 months. Can you give me 60 days, please?
Yes, I have no problem giving him 60 days.
All right. The officer doesn't have any objections to that, so, and we understand your situation where you made payment to one person and unfortunately he passed away. So we'll table it for 60 days. Please
Thank
get
you.
it done.
All right, thank you.
All right, sir. Good night.
The next case is item number 50, Cadis Frederline, Officer Vivian Christie, case number CEMHO 2014-00078, item number 50.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hello, Your Honor.
Your full name and relationship to the property?
My name is Shaislene Fertillion, and I'm a tenant at the property, and this is the owner of the property. I'm going to be speaking with him since I've handled all the issues in the property.
Okay.
If you can pull the mic down just so we can get it in record. Thank you.
Okay.
Vidal and Christie, Code Compliance, City of North Miami Police Department. This case has been heard. The last time we were here, the property owner did provide us with I believe it was a estimate for the roof repairs, or a contract for the roof repairs. As of today, I don't see any changes.
The contractor, we gave him everything, as you can see. We have a check and everything, the paperwork that he did. He said he submitted it to the city, but for some reason, they wouldn't give him a permit. And he was like, something about insurance, so he went to get another insurance or something, but he was like, they still told him he had to have like, I don't know if it's comprehension or something, but he couldn't get it. So on the 24th, he gave us back the paperwork and a check back, and we had to find somebody else to do the job. So we recently found somebody else to do the job, and the guy said he submitted the permit today. But, you know, Friday there's no work, so he said that, I don't know how long it takes. He said about 3 days. He said as soon as they give him okay, he should be able to start, because we already gave him another check, you know.
Today's the first I'm hearing this particular part, so I've never had any additional communication with them.
All right, so why don't we reset it for 30 days and come back and tell us what progress has been made. By then, you would know that if he's obtained the permit to start the job.
Can she like check to see if the first guy had like submitted the permit? Because he showed me all the paperwork and the plans and stuff that he submitted to them. But there was like, you had to have like a different insurance, so.
I know every,
couldn't do it.
especially roof, when you have people living underneath the roof, you have to be a licensed and insured contractor. Our
Exactly.
city won't accept any applications without those qualifications off the bat. So I did not check for a
And
permit.
it's for your own protection as well.
Yeah, but you know the paper he said he gave us at first with the thing for us to sign, it had like a license and stuff on it. Cause we found him like in the phone book, so I'm thinking he was a licensed contractor, and he went to try to get the permit. But he showed us like other jobs that he's done before, so we thinking that it was gonna be done. Cause he's like in 5 days your roof is gonna be okay,
Mm.
but he didn't get
Okay.
the permit.
Well,
Okay. Well, we have 30 days.
Yes, we'll give you 30 days. Hopefully this new guy works out.
Well, hopefully he'll get a permit. I don't know if you guys could I don't know what's the process.
That's the
you
goal.
know.
That's the goal.
The process is it just has to be licensed and insured. It's for the city as well as your protection.
Cause he gave us this paper too, and I see the first guy gave us.
I'll take him in the back.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
The next case is item number 42, Macedone Bertha. Officer Wayne Clark, case number CEXP 2015-00175, item number 42.
Good evening, sir.
How do you do?
Very
My
well.
name is Elie Renier. I'm the son of Macedon and Bertha Renier. I live at 1096 Northwest 120th Street, zip 33168.
Okay.
Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This is case in reference to the exterior paint conditions of the property. The property does have proper service. I went by actually today to do a reinspection on the property. He is making progress, but he's making slow progress. So I'd like to submit the current photos for the record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, we doing. Look at me. From the end of January, I've been in and out of the hospital. Okay? So the last time I spoke to Officer Clark, he did give me 30 days. But then it was a choice: paint the house or try to see if I can get myself back. I've lost over 60 pounds within the last 2 months. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to do. Right? I have to go on the roof, but I cannot. All right? Just give me a little bit more time to solve the problem. Okay?
Yeah, actually, he had someone else working on it yesterday, from what I've seen, correct? You
Pardon
had
me?
someone else working on it yesterday?
Yeah, that was my
young man?
nephew. Finally, I catch up with him. Children,
Okay. So you have help?
Pardon me?
You have help?
Well, yeah, my nephew, he's starting to help me. My wife yesterday went on the ladder and tried to, while I was laying inside, trying to
recoup.
Thank you. All right.
I would say this also is that if you can see what's depicted on the photos, fortunately, he was asked to also paint the roof. Now, I don't know if he's going to have all that done in 30 days. So I don't know where we should go with that, but he needs to not only paint the house walls, even though it's starting to look better, but it would do no justice to paint that and then leave the roof in the dilapidated state that it is.
No, you see, listen, the problem with the roof is this: the top of the roof is painted. What you're seeing where you normally sit at the stop sign, you're seeing the edge. The edge, okay, it's a tile roof. So the tiles are stacked on top of the other. So I paint the top, but the edge.
I know what he's talking about.
Okay?
The lip of them.
Okay, so that's what you're seeing, because where you're sitting in the car and looking at it, you're seeing the edge, the
Okay, are we
edges
able
of
to
the roof.
paint the edge?
Yeah, so you're not seeing the top of the roof.
Okay, so the top is, you already paint the top, now you
Yes.
need to
So
paint
what
the
I'm gonna
edge?
have to do now is come down with a brush and
paint the
come down
edges.
now, get on my knee and,
Well, we don't want you to get up there.
you know, instead of
Yeah,
using the
see.
roller for the top, so I'm gonna have to.
All right, so get your
Hmm.
nephew to do all of that, just get it done. How
We'll visit it, I
what do
guess
you
we'll visit it every 30 days and see how much progress he's made.
Okay, you see, I go back to work, okay, I'm a teacher,
Mm.
so I go back to work by the 3rd week of August. So give me a little space time there to try to get that done, you see. All
So
right.
you asking for 30 days?
Pardon me?
You asking for 30 days?
Yeah,
Okay.
so- all right.
All right, sir, 30 days,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Everybody can move on up now.
Pictures? Yes, our translators can go. Thank you.
Oh, but we want to stay. We had such a wonderful afternoon. Unexpected sideshow. That's true.
All right, thank you, good night. Anyone want to take a quick break, or everyone okay? No? Nobody needs a break? Okay, well, go forward. If nobody needs a break, let's call the next case.
The next case would be item number 1, Abraham Hernandez, Officer Wayne Clark, case number CEZPU 2015-00018. Item number 1.
Item number 1. Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This is reference to a property that's in violation of a zone prohibited use, operating as a auto repair, auto body shop, scrap yard, all the above. They did have proper service, being served on June 18th, 2015. I'd like to submit the photos for the record. And I spoke to the young man, I guess about maybe, I say about a month ago, and he did state that he knows that he's in violation. I asked him to cease doing what he's doing, etc. And then he said that he was going to stop. On one occasion, I did see a tractor trailer come there dropping off cars. As I was towing another car that they pushed out the yard on the swell, abandoned it on the swell. So, I mean, this is not allowed in a single family one zone district. And there has been no changes. I think those pictures were either taken yesterday or today.
6/29/2015.
Okay, so day 4 yesterday. No change.
All right. And it has not been adjudicated just yet, correct?
This is the first hearing on it.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer, I find, okay, did you tell me about notice? Yes. Tell me again, I'm sorry.
They were served on June 18th, 2015 with proper notice.
All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer, I find that the violation does exist. I also find good notice, and given proper notice, the owner has failed to appear. I find in favor of the city, and I will impose an abatement date of August 4th, 2015, and if the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $100 plus costs.
The next case would be item number 37, Joseph Lango, Edmund Fitzel, Officer CEXP 2014-00326, item number 37.
Edmund Fitz. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Your name?
Adolfo Langell.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Edmund Fitzgerald, City of North Main Code Enforcement Officer. This property was posted with notice to appear on June 19th. As well as on June 19th, it was mailed notice to appear. This was an adjudicated case. As of today, the property still hasn't been painted. And I took a new photo as of today.
Sir?
Yes. First, I'd like to ask, was proper service, not that I'm here to, but I'm just curious. I happened to be at the property this evening and saw a notice for today's date by luck. I received nothing in the mail, but I'm just questioning that for personal reasons.
Officer Fitzgerald, service?
Service.
Notice.
Notice was, as I said before, the property was posted with notice to appear on June 19th. And on the same day, the notice to appear was mailed out, registered mail, on June 19th. Also, City Hall was posted with the notice to appear.
Was the certified mail accepted or returned?
Doesn't say it was returned.
Okay.
Hasn't been returned.
have
If you
a-
have a difference with the address.
No, it's
going to
correct
the same
address.
address it's been going to since January of last year.
We have a schizophrenic son at
Oh,
home,
okay.
and sometimes that, it's just for personal.
But okay, but
Now, back to the issue. I'm unprepared. I have all the paperwork for the permits. I went to try to acquire the permit. I was unable to do so because they need a picture of the front and each side. I have one side which is still fenced off. I don't have access to that side. You know, to coin a phrase, no pun intended, this is costing me a pretty penny. I've spoken with the project manager of a project that's being built next door to me. They're the ones who fenced off. They told me it was going to be finished within 3 months. That was 4 months ago. I've been trying to contact the project manager unsuccessfully. Work there has been at a standstill on the project next door. Now they're completing the roof, but the project manager is not on premises. And my hands are tied. The photo shows some progress that I was able to do without a permit. I took off the awnings in the front. I'm ready to paint. I've patched and pressure cleaned the front. I haven't painted because I don't have a permit. If you were to tell me, do that tomorrow, I could have that painted by this time tomorrow, the front, the side, and the back, I think. I'm willing to do so, and I really don't want to delay. I'm willing to paint and work on 3 sides and come back and finish the 4th when I have access. But I haven't been able to acquire a permit because I haven't been able to get on that side to take a photograph. And all the paperwork for the permit was dated, I think, beginning of June, sometime in the first week or second week of June. So I had plenty of time to complete this had I been able to get the permit.
Is it correct that he's unable to obtain a permit because of a missing photograph?
No, that's not true. Listen, here's the thing. This was, as we said before, several months ago. This was cited a couple of years ago, and it left away itself in the computer somehow. And I've been over there for a year, and this has been going on since the beginning of December of last year. Now, we heard the same story. There's 3 of the sides of the building that can be painted in the meantime. And I told the gentleman here that if you have a problem with the contractor, I will speak to him and make sure he removes that fence. And there's nothing was ever said or a phone call given to me, and another 30 days have gone by.
Well,
to apply for a permit for a painting is just that you need to get a commercial contractor to come out and go to the building department and submit the permit.
I have a commercial. I have all my paperwork. If I had been prepared with proper notice, I would have brought it today. I have a,
You also received notice the last time you were here, where we're not here on this case.
we didn't have a date set, at least, not that I recollect. I think I would have put it on my calendar had I had a date. But regardless, I have all the paperwork, all the insurance papers from the contractor, everything to submit, color samples. I was told by the permitting department that I needed a picture of each side. And I tried to ask, can I give a picture of the rear instead of one of the sides, and was told no.
I have pictures of all the sides. Ma'am, I'm looking back in here, February 3rd of 2015. I spoke with the owner. You had a problem with the permit back in February, and we said we'd give you one more month then, and we gave you more time. I'm not looking to give an extension to the city. If it's up to you, magistrate, if you want to give an extension.
I think the first thing we need to clarify is whether I need a photo of the side to acquire the permit. That's what I was told by the permitting department. Code enforcement is saying something different. I don't know. I'm going by what they told me, and I'm hearing something different.
There's not even a process number in the computer yet.
No, there isn't, because I didn't submit the paperwork, because I was told I couldn't do so without a photo of each side and the front. Had it been a residential property, because I'm painting the building white, at first he told me I didn't even need a permit. But when he realized it was commercial, he told me, yes, you do need a permit, and along with the permit, color samples and photograph of the front and each side. Not the rear, I don't know why, but I tried to substitute a picture of the rear for the side that I don't have access to.
Okay, no one knows of what Mr. Langell is referring to? Is that correct? That he,
Excuse me?
that's correct?
The contractor would submit the color sample. The contractor would submit the paperwork.
Well, I'm submitting it as owner. I
Right.
have the paperwork from the contractor.
You can't
and
do.
I can bring it tomorrow, showing you the
Sir.
Okay, sir,
the certification
listen,
with the date.
Listen, pay attention.
Yes.
And listen. Listen to what the code enforcement officer is telling you.
For a commercial business, you cannot pull an owner permit to paint the building.
I'm not attempting to pull
That's what
an
you
owner
just stated,
permit.
sir.
I have the paperwork signed, notarized by the contractor with his insurance documentation, which is a requirement to get a permit. Everything except a photo of the side, which I don't have access
Sir,
to.
I have a question.
Yes.
If you have a licensed contractor, he is supposed to be the one submitting the paperwork to the city. Why are you submitting the paperwork to the city?
To try to expedite this process.
That may be part of the problem, Your Honor.
No, it's not, because my paperwork was not even going to be accepted because I didn't have it complete.
Officer Fitzell, on a commercial business, are owner-builder pertinent permits allowed?
No.
I'm not-
Sir, you'll have your turn.
Yes.
If a business owner or a resident is using a contractor, are owner-builder permits allowed?
No.
Are owners allowed to apply for building permits with the city of North Miami on behalf of a licensed contractor?
No.
Thank you.
I am
Your
not
Honor,
applying on behalf of a contractor.
Sir,
I am
it was your
submitting paperwork that the contractor, could the contractor send an expediter to submit this paperwork?
Are you employed as an expediter?
No, but what's the difference?
There,
I'm not making any
you
claims.
want to know the difference?
Yes.
Okay. Officer Fitzell, what is an expediter within terminology of the city of North Miami? Would it be a property owner, or would it be someone employed with a professional organization on behalf of a contractor?
That would be a professional person hired by the contractor.
Your Honor, I'm having a severe problem with the credibility of the property owner here and his interactions with the city and the runaround that he is claiming to get from the city. I'm sorry, I'm going to defer to Officer Fitzell's recommendation that the fines go forward, even if it's a lower fine than what you initially set. You know, there's a difference between a property owner or a business owner that has a true problem getting a permit with the city. It doesn't appear that this is the case here. It appears that we're the ones, in fact, getting the runaround.
And I'm having a hard time
I
understanding
find that-
if they're giving you a hard time, why don't you just send your guy? You're paying him to do the work. And maybe he knows something that you don't. And I don't understand
the
how.
problem is-
From my recollection,
Yes.
I remember that Officer Fitzell had offered to, is it to speak to his neighbors? Is it a
Yes,
neighboring?
I've been talking to the
He
contractor
said he
next
would,
door.
is there a stenographer that you could review what was said in the
Okay,
past?
I'm only referring to, you're indicating you're unable to take photographs of one side of your building.
Yes,
Is that correct?
that's correct. I don't have
Okay.
access to one side.
Okay. And did you not testified or indicated at the last hearing that you would be able to talk to the contractor
Yes,
to
ma'am.
be able to
Yes, ma'am. That's
give
incorrect.
access?
That is incorrect.
Okay.
And I don't
Either
want to put
way-
anyone on the line, but what Mr. Fitzell said was that he would take care of that fence issue. That fence issue, I just came from the property and can show you a photo taken right now. That fence is still up. The contractor was there with me a couple of days ago and asked me if he said he would take down the fence. Now that fence is on my property, so I'm assuming I could take it down. But that fence also encloses a construction area. And from what I know, it's a felony to trespass on a construction site. So I am caught in a position whether to make a decision to possibly trespass or be questioned about trespassing. Do I need to say any more about that,
Go ahead.
about this?
Officer Fitzell, is there any notes in our Eden permits module in regards to a rejection of a permit application due to insufficient photographic
No, there is not.
depictions of the property?
No, there is not.
Was there ever an application filed, an initial application?
No, there was not.
Is it usual and customary that an initial application would be accepted and a process number be issued
Correct.
in anticipation of future documents to be
Needed.
submitted for approval?
That is correct.
And in this scenario, was there ever an initial permit application filed?
No.
Thank you. No further questions.
All right.
I was at city with papers to submit and I was rejected. I was told to come back with the photos. I wasn't told I could submit it and come back with the photos later.
And you didn't speak to your contractor and you didn't send him to speak
I did speak
the
to my
meet with the-
contractor. He was present with me on the site a couple of days ago and offered to remove the fence. And I said no, because I don't know where I'm going to stand if I do that.